So you are now step into 12th standard. Okay. So 11th standard over, you are in vacation. Even though, so they are gathering us to stay here. There is no option. The situation made us to meet, right? Okay. So I am Raju Pandian, a NEET faculty, physics teacher. Okay. Right. So I need one water bottle. Do you have any water bottle? Okay. Okay. So if you pour water, so water will reach to the ground within few seconds. Imagine the bottle filled with oil. If you pour, sure it will reach oil molecules also, it will reach the ground. But it will take some more additional time when you compare than water. Imagine now it is filled with the honey. If you pour, honey molecules also will reach to the ground. But it will take some more additional time than oil and water. What is the reason? Thank you. Huh? Viscosity. Yeah, viscosity. So what is viscosity? We have studied, okay, before entering into viscosity, try to remember your laws of motion ideas. In laws of motion, we have studied about friction. What are the types of friction? Static friction, static friction, rolling friction, kinetic friction. There are three types of friction. What is friction? Okay. If you place object to object, to whenever two solid surface contact each other, at that contact, force will be produced. Frictional force. Frictional force always oppose the relative motion. What is viscosity? Viscosity also, it is nothing but frictional force, but frictional force in liquids. Frictional force is nothing but in liquids. Okay. So this viscosity, based on this viscosity, there are two scientists, they have given an idea. The first one, Newton's law of viscosity, and second one, Stokes. What is Newton's law of viscosity? Hope you have studied, right? What is Newton's law of viscosity? Newton's laws means immediately Newton first law, second law, third law. You can remember in mechanics. So laws of motion, S is equal to ut plus half 8 is here. Those equations, okay. Now Newton's law of gravitation. Newton's contributed in viscosity also, which means mechanical properties of fluids also. What is the Newton's law of viscosity? F directly proportional to A into dV by dx. F directly proportional to A into dV by dx. So what is F? Force. Which force? Viscous force. Viscous force directly proportional to area and dV by dx. What is dV by dx? Any idea? dV by dx is acceleration. V by t. dV by dt is acceleration. Correct? But dV by dx? Displacement. Velocity gradient. Velocity gradient. What is gradient? Gradient is nothing but a slope. If you plot the graph for x-axis and y-axis, we can draw one line, no? So for that line, steepness. So for that we can draw the slope. So that is called gradient. So simple. We are comparing x data and y data. If we apply all data, x data in x-axis, v data in y-axis, we will get the straight line. It is nothing but velocity gradient. Fine? Okay. So what is x? What is v? Before that, we must know the layers. Imagine, so this is tube. Imagine this is tube. Inside the tube, waters are flowing. Water is flowing. So each and every, so this entire water has so many layers. How your textbook? See your notebook or textbook consists so many number of papers, right? A bunch of papers is nothing but your textbook, your notebook. Likewise, a bunch of layers, a bunch of water layers is nothing but flow. So no sir, whenever we drink, we are using water in everyday life, we are drinking, we are using, but I have never seen this layer. You cannot see. This is microscopical view. This is lattice, solid state chemistry and solid state physics. At that time, teachers will discuss. Okay. So in water flow, there are so many layers. So many layers, right? So for example, so these are the walls of the tube. Inside the tube, water is flowing from one side to another side. Okay, from the wall to the layer exists at distance x. First layer. Second layer, x plus dx. Some more distance. It does exist from this bottom surface. The second layer exists with some other height, 1 centimeter, maybe 2 centimeter. It is located. According to Mr. Newton, this layer speed is v. This layer speed is v plus dv. Velocity increases. If height increases, so dv by dx directly proportional to dv by dx. So f directly proportional to a, f directly proportional to dv by dx. So dv by dx, whenever dv by dx, this ratio increases, then force also will be increases. Force always will be opposite side. This is relative motion, then viscous force will be opposite direction. That is frictional force always opposite, right? Opposite to the motion, right? Right. So this is viscous force. Viscous force direction will be opposite. So his idea is very simple. This is the one idea. Frictional force directly proportional to dv by dx. The next thing, frictional force directly proportional to area. How can we understand this F directly proportional to area? For example, imagine one syringe. See, inside the syringe, water is flowing. Imagine one very big tube. There also water is flowing. Inside the syringe, water layer will be very small because small area, because small container, very small area, so the surface area will be small, but in this big container, surface area will be more. So whenever area is more, then force will be, viscous force will be high. That is the idea given by Mr. Newton. So Newton tried to connect viscous force directly proportional to area and dv by dx. Okay, proportionality. Whenever proportionality comes in physics, you know very well, in physics and mathematics, chemistry, everywhere, we got to put it in is equal to one constant. Here the constant is eta. What is eta? We have studied. Coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity. So eta is nothing but coefficient of viscosity. Oil, water, each and every liquid has different coefficient of viscosity values. How we have studied for friction value, kinetic friction for each and every solid pair different. Likewise. Okay. So this is the, okay sir, now we understood what is Newton's law of viscosity. From this formula, how we are going to face the question in NEET program and JEE program. How in competitive exams going to prepare question paper from this formula. So there are in 4 areas NEET and JEE question paper will be prepared. The first one, fact-based questions. What is fact-based questions? For example, so F depends on area of the layer and velocity of the layer and at what distance is located, height. See, these are the 3 variables. So based on this, which of the following variable supports viscous force? Option A, B, C, D. Out of 3, any one will be there. That is fact-based questions. The second question, understanding-based questions. What is understanding? When right side increases, what about left side? When right side decreases, what about? For example, A becomes doubled, then what about force? V becomes doubled, then what about force? In that, otherwise, V becomes halved. V by 2, V becomes V by 2. Then what about F? This is understanding-based questions. And third one, application-based questions. What is application-based questions?
If you take a syringe, if you take a syringe of area.
Okay. So application-based means it is not about merit, demerit, numericals. Application-based questions means numericals. Okay. So we can consider one numerical. For example, so you consider one tube, water is flowing, velocity 0.5 centimeter per second at a depth. So depth is nothing but 1 millimeter. Depth, otherwise you can put h. So this formula you can write like this: eta a v by h. So instead of v dv, v velocity, x is nothing but height. So v by h. Okay. So v value given, h value given. What do you have to find out? dv by dx, which means v by h, which means velocity gradient. So what is the formula for velocity gradient? So v by h is equal to, what is the v value? 0.5 centimeter per second. What is h? 1 mm. So 0.5 centimeter is nothing but 10 power minus 2 meter per second divided by 1 millimeter. It means 10 power minus 3 millimeter. Then 10 power minus 3 meter. So if you solve 5 into 10 power minus 3, yeah, divided by 10 power minus 3, yeah, cancel 5. This is dv by, this is level 1 question. In application based level 1 direct question. You don't need to think about previous ideas, previous chapter ideas, not required. Directly you can solve. Because data is given, you know the formula, directly you are applying. This is level 1. In application part, this is level 1. And second question also they may ask, it's kind of level 2, not only tube, they may apply in any area of natural occurrence. For example, the same water flow in river, in ocean, in sea, or falls. So at that time, how we are going to identify F? For example, so consider a river, water is flowing from one place to another place, so it's flowing, okay, at the depth, so h is equal to 20 meter, its speed is 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second, and its eta value 10 power minus 3. What is eta? Coefficient of viscosity of that liquid, whatever liquid, for example water, okay, 10 power minus 3. Now what do you have to find out? We have to find out stress. What is the formula? So if we connect all the data, what is the formula? F is equal to eta A V by H, right? V value given. H value, V value given, H value given, fine. Eta value given, yes. A value not given. Moreover, F value is also not given, but they ask us to find out stress. There you are. So in previous chapter, this is level 2 question. They are connecting with the previous chapter, mechanical properties of solids. We have studied stress is equal to F by A. So try to bring left A left side. So FV by A is equal to eta V by H. So what is the eta value? So 10 power minus 3. What is the V? 10. What is H? 20. So 1 by 2, 0.5 into 10 power minus 3. Whatever we discussed, this question need previous year question. These are not previous year question, but they may ask any kind of questions, level 1, level 2. Don't expect only level 3. Level 1 questions also will be there. A question paper preparation, they won't concentrate only level 3. They have to satisfy Bloom's taxonomy. Level 1, level 2, level 3, understanding based. So everything they have to cover. So easy questions will be there. So up to this, whatever we discussed, it is nothing but Newton's law of viscosity. And finally, I have to solve one more question. There you have to try to remember your mechanics. The mechanics laws of motion, you have studied free body diagram, no? Try to remember. Based on that, we will solve one. This is also previous year question paper 2017 they raised. So consider, yeah, the question given, this is M2 and this is M1. Its value 0.02 kg. Yeah, 0.02 kg. So this is tension value and this is M2 into G, which means weight acting downwards, tension acting upwards. Okay. And here tension is nothing because whenever weight is increased, it is going to move this side. There is no tension, so there will be only acceleration. Okay. Then the entire body going to move downward. Okay, this is the situation. And what they have done, yeah, this value, this area, its area 0.2 meter square. Area value given, M value given. Here, what happened? This slab placed on 0.6 mm thickness of oil layer. Okay, this is the situation. This is the situation. A value given, H value, which means H value. A value given, H value given, M value given. Now we have to find out eta. What to do? What is the formula actually for eta? Eta, what is the formula? Fv is equal to eta A V by H. Right? Okay. So H value given, A value given, yeah, V value also given actually. V is nothing but 0.18 meter per second. V value also given, but F value not given. How will you find out eta? This is not direct questions. This is not direct questions. This is direct question. Direct questions. If you have data, easily you can solve.
Force, we have to find force.
You have to find out.
Mass into gravity. Using that formula, you have to find the tension of it.
Okay. Try to remember your free body diagram. Mechanics. In mechanics, laws of motion, there are 10 different free body diagram, right? So what is the first one? There will be rope. If anyone, any animal or anybody climbing up, how to find out resultant force? What is the tension? What is the A? 3 we can able to find out. Second case, if we come down, what is the A? What is the frictional force? Resultant force? What is the tension? Then third one, 2 boxes. If we contact without any string, if we contact, what is the contact force? If we apply force, it is going to move. What is the contact force? At that time, what is the contact force? What is the acceleration? Right? Those things we can see. That is the third one. Fourth one, Atwood machine. What is Atwood machine? Pulley, right? Atwood machine. So both sides, 2 blocks, metal block or wooden block, it will be hanging. At that time, at which side is going to, will be that this side and this side, depends on A and then its weight. Okay. So likewise, this is also one of the free body diagram, one of the idea. Okay. So what is the idea? If we have 2 blocks, the 2 blocks connected with one string. That string passes over through pulley. That one block placed on the table, horizontal table, and another is hanging. For the situation, how to draw? So we need to go for free body diagram. What is free body diagram? We have to split it into one area. This is one part, this is another part. We have to split up. That is called free body diagram, FBD. Right? Okay. So how we are going to split up? So for this case, see in each and every free body diagram, you can start with one formula. The entire mechanics, the entire free body diagram starts with one formula. What is the formula? Huh? F is equal to ma, Newton's second law. Newton's second law. That's all. Okay, here, so this here also one force, here also one force. Remember, tension is nothing but force. Weight is nothing but force. That is also force. Okay, right. So here only one force, but here there are 2 acting forces. Let it be. So F1 is equal to M1 into A. F1 is equal to M1 into A. So M1 value actually not given. We can't find out. Why it is not given? A is not given. In the question, A is not given. Why A is not given? They have given V value. V value fixed. Then what about A value? 0. V value fixed. They did not mention rate of change of velocity. Then acceleration should consider as 0. Then 0 means F1 is equal to 0. Which means should not consider, there is no force because of this part. Leave it. Then, so this one, the lower part. Here, if we check, so F2 is nothing but M2A, right? So F2 is equal to, tension is upside and M2G is downside. Here someone said, tell me, sir, there are 2 forces acting in both directions, difference. T minus, okay, T minus M2G, there are one more case, why don't we take M2G minus T?
No.
Upside? Upside positive, huh? Actually, it is not upside downside. What is the exact idea?
Force is 0 on that.
Direction of motion. The object is coming down, right?
Yes.
Arrow mark given. Coming down, right? So arrow mark coming down. Then now tell me, tension or W, which one's parallel with the motion?
Wait.
Weight. M2G. So you have to start with m2g minus t. Should not say t minus m2g. Of course, I agree. Sir, different, sir. 5 minus 2 or 2 minus 5 doesn't matter. But the sign value. So m2g minus t is correct. You have to select this one, right? So it is not required. Then f2 is equal to m2g minus t. Okay. So what is f2? What is Newton's second law? F is equal to m into a. What is f2? m2 into a. m2 into a is equal to m2g minus t. What is a? What is a? 0. Then it becomes
0.
So 0 is equal to m2g minus t. Shift t this side. T is equal to m2g. Yeah? T means nothing but tension. Tension. The tension, it is going to balance by viscous force because we applied some oil. This question, the mechanical properties of fluids and laws of motion, both the chapters are connected. They are combining two chapters. In laws of motion, they won't discuss about oil, whether we applied oil or water, they won't discuss. Two blocks. But here we are applying that idea. If we applied oil, the tension is equating that Fe. So instead of T, we can write Fv. So Fv is equal to m2 minus g. What is Fv? Eta a v by h is equal to m2 minus g. M sir. Okay, this is m2g, right? Okay. So m2g, right? What is our aim in this question?
To find the coefficient of
Eta. So eta is equal to m2g h by ab. Correct? Rearranging. What is the m2 value? 0.02. 0.02. What is g value? Consider 10. If they mention in bracket 9.8, you got to put 9.8. Okay. Right. So 10. What is h value? This is the h value. 0.6 into 10 power minus 3 meter divided by what is a value? 0.2 meter squared. Okay. What is v? 0.18 meter per second. Convert everything. So 2 into 10 power minus 2. Shall we write? 10, 6 into 10 power minus 1, 10 power minus 3 divided by 2 into 10 power minus 1, 18 into 10 power minus 2. Yeah, if we solve 2 to cancel 3. So 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 4, 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 5, 10 power minus 5 divided by 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 3. If we shift into numerator, 10 power plus 3. So 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 2. 1 by 3, what is the answer? 1 by 3 is nothing but 0.33 into 10 power. Otherwise 3.33 into 10 power minus. That is the answer. Will it take this much of time to solve in NEET exam, sir? Only 1 minute allotted. Not 1 minute. 1 minute for biology, not for physics. 1 minute for biology and chemistry. But physics, so you have to save time from biology and chemistry. You have to utilize for physics. Physics, numerical, this kind of numerical, 1 or 2. But 2017 they raised it because first time they prepared question paper. Then later not this much of intense. Again, you can check all previous question paper. Not this much of intense because this is JEE question. JEE main question. 10 years back already they raised. They say in the same model NEET exam they prepared. Actually they should not raise this kind of questions because it will take more time. For JEE, how many questions? JEE?
25.
Only 25 questions. But for NEET physics, 45 questions. For 25 questions, no problem. You can spend more time. For 45 questions, you cannot spend this much of time. So don't expect So some of you thinking, some of you may think how to solve in case these kind of questions will be NEET exam. How can you prepare? How can you solve the problem? So no worry, these kind of questions, JEE main questions, nowadays they are trying to reduce the intents. If you know the idea, then you can easily solve these kind of problem. Okay. This is one idea. Then I want to share the second idea. Shall I rub? Second idea, Stokes' law. Probably you know very well. What is Stokes' law? Sir, 2 months back, 3 months back we studied, sir. How can we remember? Okay. So Stokes' law. So Stokes' law, you know very well. So there is a container. Maybe you have done in practical also, probably in your laboratory, right? So there will be glass container. Castor oil will be poured. If we drop solid or metal, what will happen? Sink. Okay. Uneducated people, they can answer. Yeah, it will sink. Educated people, physics student, how can you answer? Huh?
If it is metal, it will sink.
If it is metal, it will sink. Sure, it will sink.
It's a density. We need to find the density of both surfaces.
That much of explanation. Very simple. Just if we drop, what will happen? What will happen, sir? It will sink, sir. But as a physicist, you have studied Stokes' law. So you have to explain, sir, if it drops, sir, initially it will be accelerated. Within few seconds, it will maintain a proper speed. This is called terminal velocity. Uneducated, yeah, everyone knows, yeah, it will sink. But as a physics student, yes, it will sink. But initially, 2 seconds, it will be accelerated. Then after 2 seconds, it will maintain a particular speed. It is nothing but terminal velocity. So simple. This experiment demonstrated by Mr. Stokes. So somebody said, what is the formula? F is equal to 6 pi eta RV, right? Somebody said, okay. Actually over, everything over. Finally, afterwards what happened? The Stokes extending to find out VT value, terminal velocity value. How to find out terminal velocity value? Okay. If you want to understand, then whenever, okay, so there is a glass jar, oil filled. Now you are dropping a metal sphere. It is coming down. Due to weight, it is coming down. Archimedes principle. According to Archimedes principle, there is one more force inside the liquid. Very good. Buoyancy force. Buoyancy force. So buoyancy force. So weight downward. Buoyancy force direction upwards. Very good. Buoyancy force upwards. What is now? Tell me, is there viscous force or not?
Yes.
Because that is liquid, right?
Yes.
That is liquid, right? We are disturbing the relative motion of each layer because it is going to move only this side, not this side. Sure, there will be relative motion. With relative motion, sure, viscous force will be appeared. So this weight equating two forces, buoyant forces plus viscous forces. So W, initially W greater than FB plus FV. Initially, first 2 seconds, W will be greater. That's why it was accelerated. Slowly what happened? Why it is maintaining a proper speed? Because W is equal to FB plus FV. When it is equate, it can't accelerate. It will maintain a proper speed. What is the W formula? M into G? Okay. What is FB? FB is nothing but buoyant force. What is the buoyant force formula? First of all, okay. So how will you write M? Density is equal to mass by volume. What is mass? Density into volume. Density into volume. Okay. So now density. So density is nothing but instead of put M density. What is volume? Volume of the sphere. 4 by 3 pi r cube. You have studied in mathematics, right? 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. So instead of M, rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube into G. Rho means which rho? Density of the sphere, metal ball. So M or B ball, okay, rho B is equal to FB. Buoyant force. What about buoyant force? Buoyant force also will be equal to weight, but density water, liquid. Okay, so rho L 4/3 pi r cube into G plus what about FV? 6 pi eta r V, right? Okay, now so both terms are similar, so better try to combine this side or this side. Okay, so you bring it this side. Rho B 4/3 pi r cube G minus rho L 4/3 pi r cube G is equal to 6 pi eta r V. Sir, why we are deriving? Anybody? What is your expectation? Why are you deriving? Our aim is find out determine V. What is V? What is V? Okay, so we are going to find out the V. Okay, then so what are the common terms? 4/3 pi r cube G. So rho B minus rho L is equal to 6 pi eta r V. Okay, 6. Okay, pi cancel. Okay, r cancel. It becomes r squared. So 4/3 r squared G rho B minus rho L is equal to 6 eta V. What is your aim? V. So keep V left right side. Then 4/3 r squared G rho B minus rho L divided by 6 eta. So cancel. So 2/9 r squared G rho B minus rho L by eta is equal to, it is nothing but terminal velocity. So up to this, okay. How in NEET and JEE question paper will be prepared based on this formula? That is the main thing. No, you can memorize the formula. 2/9 r squared G. You can memorize. That is easy. How they are going to is the same thing. Within few minutes I will try to complete. Okay, no problem. The first one, fact-based question. What is the fact-based question? Terminal velocity depends on what are the factors? Coefficient of viscosity, acceleration due to gravity, or density of the ball, density of the liquid. Understanding, which means left side increases, what about right side? Left side decreases, what about right side? The same thing. And third one, and in understanding purpose, graphical representation questions they may ask. You tell me before that, which one is variable, which one is constant? Huh? What are the constant value? 2 constant, huh? 9 constant value, no? 2, 9. G constant, 10. Okay. Eta, the liquid you filled, no? That is constant value. Rho density, constant. Because the metal part you are not going to change. The liquid you are not going to change. But R you can change. Instead of small ball, you can take, choice is yours. Small metallic ball, a larger size metallic ball. Keep on, you can vary radius of the ball. If we increase, what about V? So they will try to connect. So V directly proportional to R square. Based on this graphical representation questions, many times they asked in JEE. In NEET also 2 times they raised, 2019 and 2020. How they will, for example, I draw 4 graphs, you tell me which graph is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. T. Which graph is correct? Which graph is correct?
Third one.
Third one, huh? Only one boy. Some of you maybe you have got answer, but he revealed. Third one is correct answer. Now you can argue, sir, what is the relationship between the graph and the formula, sir? Actually, there is no relationship between the graph and formula. It is completely depends on concept. It is conceptual based questions. What is the conceptual based questions? Initially, if you drop the metal ball, it will be accelerated. Next, within few seconds, it will maintain its speed. That's what. Keep on, whenever time increases, which means first second, 2 seconds, increases, and afterwards, velocity is. These kind of questions, sure you can expect. This question, NCERT exemplar. Based on this, they created one question in NEET 2019. Just 2 questions I solved. Instead of 4 graphs, they give you only 1 graph. A, B, C, D. Which curve suitable? X-axis, D, T, V. Yeah, which curve is suitable? Which curve represents?
D.
Yeah, D. Whether it is 4 different graphs, otherwise they may merge into one, doesn't matter. Based on this, same question they have raised 2020, same graph, but only one difference. You tell me what is the difference? Tell me. Yeah, in this, which curve is suitable for Stokes law? Which curve represents Stokes law? Huh? C, yeah. D, yeah. See, in previous graph, x-axis time. Here, D. D means distance. D means distance.
B.
Girl side. Huh? B.
Sir, D. Velocity.
I give you one more chance. If you want to change your answer, you can change. Yeah, tell me what is the exact answer?
D. Sir, D. D. Fourth D.
The exact answer is
C.
D. Why? It doesn't matter whether time increases or distance increases. Same concept, no. If time increases or distance, same. What is the concept? Initially, it will be accelerated. Next, it will maintain a constant speed. No. Answer is D. Purposely, so many students, they were getting ready for this question. But in that year, so many students, they have lost mark because of this D. It is not about simply D, T and D concept. Conceptual. If you understand the concept, doesn't matter. These kind of so I can give you 2 tricks. How to solve most of the graphical representation questions. There are 2 tricks in achieving in competitive. The first trick, most of the graph will be based on formula. Most of the graph. Formula. X-axis, Y-axis will be given. Easily you can able to find out. Few graphs with the concept. With the concept. If we understand the concept, that's why we may put it in understanding level. This kind of graph, it is not application. It is not going to connect with the previous chapter. It is not going to connect with the 12th standard chapter. So whatever we discussed, today viscosity we discussed, and based on Isaac Newton and then Stokes, we have given statement. So based on nearly we have solved 8 problem, I think so. So these are the idea, the rough idea. So based on this, we can create n number of questions. They can create n number of questions. So for that, we have to solve. So if we keep on practice for application First one, second one easy, understanding also, but numericals you have to solve. Why so many, just last one point, why so many students struggle with the numerical? Reason, it is a very big mathematics, not simple. All physics numerical, 60% physics numerical based on arithmetic operations. What is arithmetic operation? Plus, minus. Sir, we know very well, sir. So many students struggle with the fractional multiplication, fractional division, they are making mistakes. And remaining 40% numerical deals with logarithmic, trigonometry, and then differentiation, integration, calculus. Most of the physics numericals based on basic arithmetic operations. So we have to practice. There is no option. Sir, I am in 12th standard. No, there is no option. You have to practice. You have to practice for decimal multiplication, decimal division. We have to practice. If you are thorough, well and good. If you are not thorough, we have to practice. Otherwise, solving numerical, it will take more time. It will eat your time. Because time is precious, right, in your examination, in a competitive examination, whether JEE or NEET. So these are things we discussed. Thank you. Thank you.